Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Rusty Toolbox. I am in the back of a lift on my way to the shop. Stay tuned. All right, so we're back here with my buddies at Viking Automotive in Midvale, Utah. The reason is we had to replace the intake manifold. So to match the BBK 85mm intake or throttle body, excuse me, we got a new beautiful billet aluminum BBK intake manifold. Upon review, after I installed that new wiring bit, there was still a huge vacuum leak and it was running super lean. When they did a check on the old intake manifold, they found that there was a leak coming in around 3 and 5, either from warpage or a crack. And when it was taken off, they found that there were no gaskets on 3 or 5. That's not good. Then even worse, they found out that this hole was never even plugged up. So basically, I've been driving this car for almost a year with immense vacuum leaks. The guys test drove the car after everything was reinstalled and said that it sounds and drives amazingly. So I say we hop in and check it out so we can go home and install some new fancy shiny bits back home in the garage there. All right, here we go. First startup, new intake. Oh yeah, that sounds really good. It's not louder, it's just really smooth. It's buttery. Very good. That sounds awesome. All right, I'm gonna try not to spin out. It's a little wet outside. Let's go home and put on some more stuff in the front. All right, we are home. Look at that, shiny and chrome. Beautiful new intake manifold by BBK. Had to go back to the shop because one of the fuel injectors had an O-ring. It was actually the 5th cylinder, had the O-ring kind of tear and come out, so it was leaking a little bit of gas, but nothing serious. They were able to fix it in just a couple minutes. So what are we going to do now? Well, we've got a giant box from Turner Motorsport, and we are going to put on a new front strut brace. So it's a pretty big box. Here's the car for scale. For something that weighs like 2 pounds, there it is. So it will fit in, hopefully, whoop, whoop, just like that. Pretty cool. Nice. I think that'll fit just right. Let's see. What do we got here? That's like straight out of Germany. That's pretty cool. Just making a giant mess. See if there's any more stickers. Might keep that one. Put it on the old sticker wall. German company. You're on the sticker cabinet. Alrighty, so how are we going to install this? Well, pretty darn easy. You take this bolt, this nut off, and this nut off. And then you take this nut off. Wow, that's not good at all. All right. Well, that's not good. Obviously. There's a fire in the front of my car. Wow. So, the bar, I'm just trying to dissect what happened here. So the bar must have hit this positive, this battery positive right here, and then grounded somewhere. And it looked like it melted, well, melted a few things. Shoot. That is oil pressure, and yeah, it looks like it melted off the end of that fuel rail. Well, that was unexpected. It certainly made this video more interesting. The air vent melted quite a bit. Looks like there was some fire damage on the bottom, but nothing too severe. So I think it's just that oil pressure line, and the end of that fuel rail. Oh, that was scary. Just lit on fire. Wow. Well, I'm safe. Everything's wet, but okay. Some quick thinking, and nice to have the hose right there. But we're okay. So, looks like we need to figure out some way to fix that oil pressure line and get a new fuel rail, I'm assuming. Alright, now that I'm out of panic mode, kind of have time to digest what just happened. So obviously the strut brace hit the positive terminal that comes to the front from the battery in the back, and it grounded against the fuel rail, which is really bad because it created a little weld. I mean, it basically like welded and created a tiny hole in the fuel rail, which then squirted pressurized fuel where there were sparks, thus causing that instant fire. Luckily, I was really close to the hose, so I had the hose going to kind of keep it down a little bit. I disconnected the battery as fast as I could. I think the fact of the matter is I just had to depressurize. So feeling pretty lucky I didn't burn the whole car down. Glad that it was just some minor plastic damage, like on the little grill thing. The oil pressure line that goes from the motor to the sensor, or to the gauge, I guess, that got melted. And then a couple wiring socks, like the wiring protectors, got melted, but none of the wires looked damaged. So I was able to find some sealant and some epoxy to try to seal that little pinhole. In the meantime, obviously I'll probably try to get some new fuel rails. But yeah, safe and sound, car's okay. I'm not gonna try to start it or anything tonight. I'm gonna let that everything kind of cure and harden, and got the strut brace in, nice and easy. So lesson: don't mess with grounding that electricity in your car, no matter what you're doing. I mean, obviously, I didn't think, if I had been working on anything electrical, I would have disconnected the battery. I didn't really think of it. But obviously, you got to remember that your car is like a living thing. It's always alive when that battery's connected. So, good reminder for safety. I'm okay. Thanks for watching, you guys. And yeah, hopefully the next project is less exciting.